and this feels like a victory. Competition is slim to me. Yeah, cause this story is history. Homie, this is my story, no mystery. Yeah, cause this feels like a victory. The competition is slim to me. Yeah, cause this story is history. Homie, this is my story. First things first.
Hi, this is Jamie from Chapter 2 Fitness. Today we're going to be going over some open tips for the 2017 CrossFit Open. So, first thing I'm going to look at is I want to keep my routine. On this, I want to make sure that I'm eating my dinner at the same time, going to bed, waking up, and eating my breakfast at the same time. Basically, your body works off clockwork, so if I'm training at 3 o'clock every day, my body's usually prepared to go into that fight mode at 3 o'clock every day. So for your CrossFit workout, you want to be doing that at the same time. So if you usually train in the mornings, let's get that open workout done on the Friday morning. Same with evenings, weekends, and so on. Point number 2, this one we're looking at our food. So what we're doing here is we're trying to fuel for competition. This week, eating is actually going to be more important than our training. What we're trying to do here is we're trying to recover from our last week's training and that really heavy training coming up to the Open. And now we're really focusing on storing energy for the next 5 workouts coming up. So what I'm going to be focused on, my main point is going to be high carb. What I'm going to do here, this is going to help me store my energy, and I like to keep it in rice and potatoes. I try to stay away from my pasta, bread, and pizza. I'm also going to have high protein, focusing on meats, and trying to get some vegetables in there too. Big point though on this is we're trying to stay away from our fizzy drinks with all the sugars, our crisps and our sweets. Point 3, being equipped. So this is a long 5 weeks, so what I'm really focused on is looking after my hands and not tearing them the first or second week through the high volume pull-ups. So what I try to focus on is having my tape ready and especially my grips. I like to use the jaw grips, they're my grips of choice. As well as that, we want to make sure we have our rope for our double unders. So just because the Open's coming up and it's a new competition, I don't want to suddenly go out and get new wires for my rope or a new rope. Try to stick to the same gear you usually train with, so nothing's different. As we said earlier, focusing on routine, everything's the same throughout competition. The rope I use for my double unders is my Velites rope. Point 4, this is a big one for me, we're focusing on mental game. So you got to remember that this is a once-a-year competition. Mentally, you've got to be strong and you've got to know going into this that it is going to hurt. Just because you're fitter than last year doesn't mean that it's all going to be easy and it's just going to float by. Usually being fitter means you're able to dig that little bit deeper to get more points going forward. Point 5, we're going to go over some of the movements that come up every year and look at how we're going to do them a little more efficiently.
Homie, this is my story, no mystery. Yeah, cause this feels like a victory. The competition is slim to me. Yeah, cause this story is history. Homie, this is my story.